Yeah. I'm in a music and loose. I'm on a rhythm and blues.
Hi guys, my name is Stellz. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, I love you so much. Thank you so much for checking me out once again. So today I'm going to talk about myself, basically what I do, where I'm from. I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. I'm from Abia State. I'm married to someone from Imo State, and I have a son who is 1 year and 6 months. I have an elder brother. I have just one based in Abuja with his adorable wife and kids. So I studied sociology from Lagos State University. That was my first degree. I have a master's in business administration. I started my career. Okay, I also have a certification in HR from CIPMN. I'm an associate. I started my career off with outsourcing, and I worked there for 2 years. I joined the banking industry, and I've been here for 7 years. So that's about my career. So I have a business I'm running, which is currently a gaming business. So I buy and sell consoles, game pads, FIFA, CDs, name it, PlayStation, gift cards, and all that. So I do that on the side. Then what else do you want to know about me? I'm a very calm person. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I don't get temperamental, but I get upset easily. I don't know if they're the same thing, but I get upset by little things because I always have expectations of people, but these days I've learned to cut them short. But I feel like there's some things I expect you to do for me as a human being. And I get upset when it's not done because I feel if I'm in that situation, I'll do the same for you. Sometimes people take it for granted because they see that this one is not a serious person, but I'm serious, but I just don't live life on the edge. I love to smile. I love to create memories. That's why I love documenting things, snapping my events, you know. I like to be present, but I also like to keep items or images that I can reminisce on in the future. Maybe when I'm old and gray, I begin to look at myself, oh, these are the things I've done, I achieved this and this and all that. I'm a realist. I don't just live life based on anything. I'm a faith-driven realist. Let me use that word. You know, I'm a faith-driven realist. I'm a Christian, but I'm also very, very opinionated when it comes to some certain societal issues. And I'm not a feminist. I don't like to use that word because that word has been used and abused. So I would say that I like to promote the female gender. I like to promote anything that has to do with women. That doesn't mean I would not promote any male associated business, but I feel like we've not been there for a long time. So anything that will make us go up there, I'm in for it. I'm a career woman, and I love my job. I love my household. I love my family. I'm a family-oriented person. Like, you cannot isolate me somewhere. I will actually have to look for someone that I can bond with, you know. So you might not necessarily have to, you don't have to share blood, but if we're friends, I will look at you as my sister. So I'm actually that mushy kind of person. My friends know this about me. So I'm a free giver. I love to give because I feel like there's a lot that can be done with open arms. You know, you don't know who is in need. Even if someone is in need, the person might not really voice out to you. You know, but once your arms are open, the person will be willing to accept whatever it is you have to offer. And I have a foundation which is called Each One Can Help One Foundation, Echo Foundation. And I haven't done a lot of activism there. Let's just say activism. I haven't done a lot of charity work there in a long time because so many things, you know, responsibilities have taken over. But I believe that with time, I'm going to. I met my husband. I met my husband through a friend, actually. Then I was in this on and off friend/relationship scam. I'll call it a scam because I didn't know what I was doing. I had a friend which I always thought that friend was going to be like it, you know. So, and I'll be recommending girls to this friend. It was very silly, very silly boat I found myself. And he'll be the one asking me, what of this your friend now? And I would be busy saying, she's cool, oh, do you like her? Do you want her number? And I was like, I was thinking, and he'll be telling me some things on the side that, oh, he sees me as this. I was in that boat for a bit. I had to like wake up from that boat, and I decided to leave that boat, so I went to, that's why it's good to snap pictures. Like when I'm always snapping pictures, like, why you like to, I like pictures too much, but pictures actually gave me a husband. So I and my friend went to ICM, and I came from the east to Lagos, and we took a picture, and she put my picture on her DP, and that was how one of her friends from Nairobi saw my picture and like, who's this girl? And I was like, I'm fine, and that's how he got to, coincidentally, he was not living close to my parents when he came back, when he was in Lagos. So that was how we got talking, and yeah, we ended up getting married, although there were obstacles. These are things that I'll be discussing with time. We had challenges a bit. So my mom had health issues. There was also a bit of, refutal from parents' side and all that, but we overcame, and here we are happily married with a handsome baby boy. So that aside, I met him through a friend. Yeah, so it was that was how I met my husband. Then how did I get my job? Okay, I'd actually written the bank aptitude tests once before. I didn't pass it, but where I was not working, the outsourcing firm where I was working, I was encouraged to send it again. Mr. Solomon, God bless your heart. He encouraged me, send it again, put me a copy, let them know that it's from us, let them know the CV is from us, so that they will invite you to write the test again. But I learned once you write the test once, you cannot be invited to write it again. I was like, I've written this test before, I flunked it. He said, just send your CV again, put me a copy. That's how I was talking. So I sent it again, put him in copy, and they honored it, and I was invited for the test again. And I wrote the test, second time I passed it. I was like, yeah, so I know book. Don't mind me, I've actually been very smart. I like to blow my trumpet because, come on, who will blow it for you? I've actually been very smart. When I graduated from Stellz Sociology, I was one of the top 10 best graduates in my set. Yeah, so I think I deserve some accolades. So you guys, back to when I was serving in NYSC. I served in the north. I don't know if I mentioned that. I served in Sokoto. I ran businesses there. I used to sell. Okay, when I got into camp, I bought some things for very ridiculous prices. Like, you can get a bucket for 1,000 naira outside camp, like in normal markets, but in the camp, that bucket can be 3,000 naira. And I said, what kind of exploitation is this? I thank God my mom actually loaded me with a lot of things, so I just had to buy a few things in camp. If not, I don't know how much I would have. If my money would have even carried me or sustained me till the end of the 3 weeks. So I said to myself that this same thing that was done to me, I'm going to do it to others. I'm sorry, it's not a good thing, but I saved over 100,000 naira after NYSC. It's not a lot of money right now, but then I was earning 19,500 a month, and that's for 12 months. So if you can save over 100,000 naira, you did good. Yeah, like I said, so subsequently, for the subsequent camps that were opened after my set, I was a batch C, so there was batch A and there was batch B. After my set, I witnessed those batches, and I actually, my friends and I started it, and I told my friends that we need to do this. My friends and I bought, we were three, myself, Tosi, and Chibia. We went to the market, the copper market there, Gideon Kofa, and we purchased items in quantum. We bought in quantum. We bought buckets, we bought white shirts, we bought waistbands, we bought sneakers, we bought socks, we bought hand gloves, we bought the nose mask, we bought head warmers. It's cold in Sokoto. So we bought all these things and we're selling them for ridiculous prices. I'm sorry, I did not come to Sokoto to come and count bridge. So we did it twice and we made a lot of money. And I realized that people started doing, other couples started doing it after we stopped. So I've always been business minded. Even while I was serving as a copper in Sokoto, I was selling Indomie to my colleagues in the lodge because people are lazy now. Everybody wants to quickly cook Indomie when you come back from your PPE and all that. So I had a carton. Sometimes I buy a carton, sometimes I buy 2 cartons in the lodge. and I began to sell it at retail price, normal retail price. So instead of to go outside and walk down the street to go and buy your Indomie, you just knock on my door and buy your Indomie. So I was only selling to my lodge mates actually, and I was eating out, out of it. So win-win. I said I was selling recharge cards as well. Then we didn't have any USSD codes, that's something to transfer. So I would go to MTN office and buy recharge cards and sell. I was also selling eggs. I bought eggs in crates. You know, I realized coppers love eggs a lot, especially with their Indomie. So I was selling Indomie and egg. Then on Saturday, I had this umbrella and table. I was, aside from selling recharge cards to my lodge mates, on Saturday when I'm free, I would just bring out this umbrella, this recharge card umbrella. I had it. I don't know, I think the former copper left it. I had it. So I'll just put it there, put the table, put my chair in front of my lodge. And you see people coming to, do you have a recharge card? Do you have a recharge card? Before you know, I finished selling the recharge card I have. So I was very industrious, and I'm still very industrious. So after NYSC, I didn't get a job immediately. My outsourcing job did not come till like 3 or 4 months after. No, I came back in November. So my outsourcing job came middle of January. So between December and January, I had written a lot of aptitude tests from banks. Like I wrote Access Bank, I wrote Sterling Bank, I wrote Stanbic IBTC. Rejection. I was like, what is going on? I beg, let me make money. I was tired. So my mom had a salon at the time. So I actually went to Idumota. I bought hair extensions, attachments and all. And I began to sell. You know, I was gingered because I was selling very well in Sokoto. And I believed that with my charisma and all that, people would patronize me. And it was festive period, so I knew that these items were going to sell fast. And they did. By January, I just had a few items left. So I was like, what next? You know, so God bless Mr. Demo. He was one that gave me the link to the internship in the outsourcing company which I worked. You know, they were offering to pay me 25,000. I had to get that job because I applied for CIPM when there was no job coming. And for CIPM, you need 1 year internship in HR. So I learned there was an internship in HR. I spoke to Mr. DMO about it, and he told me to come. So I went for the interview at Aced. Shout out to Mr. Peter for giving me the job. You know, and he was amazed that a graduate, because the job was for OND, not even HND. The job was for OND holder, you know. And I was a BSc graduate, and he was like, Madam, what are you doing here? I was like, I need this experience for me to get my induction and get my certificate in HR. I need a 1 year experience. So I don't need the money at the moment. I just need the experience and the exposure. And he looked at me and he said, okay, no problem. He didn't say anything to me. So when I got the offer letter, I was expecting to see 25,000 naira there. And guess what? I saw 40,000 naira there. That was one of the first people that believed in me, you know, that believed that I had the potential to do more. So I worked as much as the core staff worked, to be honest. So I had to work for that money. You know, while client service officers were going on leave, I was relieving them, doing their core functions. And I was learning a lot, you know, about interacting with people and relating with staff, relating with outsourced staff and all that. So I did that job I was an intern for a year. And when the year was running out, like, I was always like, man, this internship don't run out. I don't know what next, what I'm going to do, what am I going to do. I had finished my certification I had finished my CIPM. I've gotten the certification already. I actually gingered a lot of officers there to get the certification because I was like the second person that had it in the industry, not in the industry, in the company at the time. So everybody was like, I see this one that just came is already an associate in CIPM. So they were all, you know, applying to get it. So and I actually like that because, you know, when you do something, a lot of people want to emulate something good. So when it was close to the end of my internship now, I was seeing jobs. You know, it's an outsourcing firm, so they recruit for contract staff for banks and all that. So I was seeing jobs now, jobs I can do like customer service. You know, I'll go and meet my head of department, Mr. Peter. I say, sir, please, I can do this customer service job now. Let me apply. And they told me, Madam, finish your internship first. I was like, this man doesn't want me to earn better money. 40,000, I cannot cut it. Yeah. So I was now patient. I waited till the end of the internship, and then I went to meet him again. So I finished the internship. Is there any job offer? Like, what can I do? And then there was a job offer for a client relationship manager in I think Asaba. And I told him I can do the job, and he was like, you want to go to Asaba? I said, I want to go anywhere at the moment, you know. So he told me to go and think about it. On Sunday, during my house fellowship, I thought about it, you know. I thought about it. I told them, And they told me that no, I should pray about it. If I should not do it out of desperation. I told them to pray. They said no, that I have to pray about it. They'll pray with me. That I should not take it out of desperation. Is that what I wanted to do? So I went back to the office, and my head of department is telling that he wants to extend my internship by a month. That I should work here for a month since I don't have any other thing. I was devastated and accepted, Eventually, I got a placement at that same company as a full staff. Like, that was one of the overjoyed moments in my life. It was like an upgrade, a total upgrade from like all my ITs. Where I was not the only IT, so I was like, guys, I don't elevate. So it was a very, very big, bold step for me. And I worked there for roughly a year before I got a job in a bank, and I spoke to my head of department about it, and he was fine with it. He wanted to see me grow. Although he told me something that really sunk. He told me I was going to start with marketing, and I was like, no, I have HR experience. I've worked in HR. I have CIPM. They are going to put me in human resources. And he was like shaking his head like, this madam, you don't know what's up. And eventually I got put in marketing, like he said, and I worked in marketing for 5 years. And this is my 7th year in the bank. Very cool-headed person. I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull. Bull means I'm a dogged person. Like, I'm a go-getter. Once I want something, I always aspire to get it. When I was doing my MBA, it was almost like an impossible journey, because I think I spent close to 2 million to complete my MBA, because it was at the business school, ASU Business School. I was like, how am I going to get this money? But my friend was encouraging me. You can do this in bits, Since the school fees is twice a year, save up, pay. Before you save up again and pay. Just ensure you save up and pay. So I did it. I passed. I did not have one single carryover. I've never had a carryover in my life. I don't know if that's a good thing to say, because it's not a bad thing to say it's not a good thing to say to everybody. But when I did my CIPM, I remember the people I started the CIPM with, some of them did not finish it because they had carryovers. So I don't have to excellently pass a course, but in all my life, is either I averagely passed the course. Even when I was in training school, like, you not see me fail the course, you just see me in the middle. Like, I will not be one of the highest, except in courses I love and I do exceptionally well, maybe literature, English, but not anything calculation. Count me out, So generally, I've always been like above average. So I just thank God that God has been guiding me, and His grace has been, shining through my life in everything I find myself doing. So during my MBA, I had some difficulties, even in writing my projects. When I was in LASU, my final year, when I was writing my final year program, that's my first degree, sociology. Picking a topic was hard for me, because I wanted to pick a topic in HR, but my supervisor then, Dr. Elias, he studies gerontology, old people. So he actually likes people that direct their research towards old people. Not even actually likes, he will tell you to select the topic and I was not comfortable with it. But I prayed about it and I said, okay, I'll do it. So I got the topic, social exclusion and household living. Exactly. So I studied how the elderly ones the aged people have been excluded in society, and how they are currently living in the society. So I started out just doing it just because I want to do it, but as I was doing it and researching and I went to Yanapaja to interview aged people, I began to grow interest and develop interest in it, and I did it absolutely well. I had an A in that project, and because that project was done specially, my HOD had that project published in IJSSR, that is International Journal for Social Sciences Research, and that that research work has been published in 3 to 4 other research journals. And I'm like, and he actually wrote that he co-wrote it because he helped me, through the process, both the data analysis phase and all that. So he helped me all through the process. So if you Google my name, Imogu Oluchi Stella, and Google social exclusion, it will come out. If you Google my name without even adding it, you will see me as an author, in those journals. And I feel like it's a thing to be proud of, even if I didn't get any royalty for it. I feel it's a thing to be proud of, you know. So sometimes you don't want to do something, but some people will just keep pushing you, and because they see the talent in you and they know that you can do absolutely well at it. Don't just give up. Just give it your all and do it. You know. So I did it and I passed, and my research is published. Same thing with my MBA research work too. It was it was tough, you know. I never got to see my supervisor. I was always sending her mails. She would cancel and reject and cancel and reject. Professor Ngozi. But eventually we got around it, and it was a wonderful project work, which I actually also enjoyed till today. So it's about employee what we call it, incentives, giving employee incentives in a workplace. So I always love to associate with people. I'm not a party freak, but if you invite me to a party and I feel like going, I will go. I'm not an extrovert, and I'm not an introvert, and I think I'm an ambivert. I think that's what we're called. So yeah. All right, it's been nice talking to you all. I hope you've got to know a little bit more about me, and I'm a Christian. Please, that I cannot take away. I'm a faith, down to earth, loving, fun-loving Christian. So God got me every time. So I can only prophesy and proclaim His goodness in my life. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching once again. Thanks for tuning into my channel. It's your girl Stellz as always. See you in the next one. Bye.